Could you paint us like more of a picture of what does the integration for wastewater like treatment facilities like in general look like? Is it very different from what you've seen, let's say
Mhm.
like a course or other industries? Like, so I'm just trying to understand what that looks like for you today.
Unlike any other industry I worked in, we don't have NDAs and we don't have all these disclosures. You think about a manufacturing firm and they make a widget. Well, if they make their widget better than everybody else, that's their competitive advantage. They don't want to tell anyone. A water treatment facility, if I find a better way to treat water, I want to tell everyone around me because who cares, right? I'm not competing with the next town over. We're both making a product that people need to survive. So the open sharing exists, in a way that doesn't real I've never seen in any other industry. That we're more than happy to talk about. This plant treats water. Hey, we found this out. There's pros and cons to that, right? That means that plant superintendents and operators tend to quickly make a decision. So I've seen a particular instrument vendor come in, put in their instrument. They couldn't get it working within 2 weeks. Plant operator said, yep, this thing's a piece of junk. Told all his buddies, you won't see that instrument anywhere in that region, right? Anywhere in that surrounding region, nobody's going to buy that because this one guy had a horrible time with it. And that has spread word of mouth.
Like, I'm just trying to like dig in and maybe understand that a bit more. But so you're saying there's like a consensus of what makes the most sense in terms of like hardware, software? Like, is there sharing of like code and repositories? Like,
Mm,
to what extent does it go?
yeah. Code, probably not as much, but process, right? Process knowledge, how they're
Mhm.
treating, how they're doing stuff. Recommendations, certainly, right? Like municipalities, when I was at the city, we weren't allowed to put our name behind any form of recommendation. We could kind of vaguely say we use this. They always did. You had to do a legal dance for case studies, but internally, talking with other utilities, we were pretty wide open. They'd call and say,
Interesting.
"Hey, what's your experience with, XYZ?" And we, oh, yeah, right away. Here's what sucks. Here's what's good. Here's what's so you'll start to see pockets, right? You'll go and see them. You'll go to a wastewater plant, see Allen Bradley, and then as you spread out, you may see more and more Allen Bradley in the counties or states that are surrounding that area. You move to a different geographic region, and suddenly every plant's running a Schneider Modicon, and you're like, "Well, that's interesting." Well, a lot of that is based on two things. One, this product works. They know it works, so they tell their friends. The other thing you're going to see is the integrators that are available to support it, right?
Mm.
Also, I trust this integrator. That's who I'm using. They use Allen Bradley, next integrator, next integrator, next integrator, so on and so forth. So you start to see these kind of geographic pockets where it's very hard for a new vendor to break into some of those. I saw that if you don't have a forward facing or kind of a forward looking tech who wants to try new stuff, it's a very hard industry to move change in. They tease us that we're 10 years behind, but a lot of that is just, yeah, there's fiscal, there's money, there's things involved with it. But there's also, they know what they know.